Hello and welcome to another special edition of the Happiness Is podcast with me, your host, Bruce Aitchison from Happiness is Egg-Shaped. And today I've got another person to interview that I have coached. So yes, I am that old and I am only feeling older, especially when I hear of the crazy challenges these people are up to. I'm beginning to think lockdown has sent rugby players stir crazy that they're taking these things on. This is a guy I've known for a while and I've been admiring on social media for all of his antics he's been getting up to over the last 12 months. He is dedicated, he is committed, and he is inspiring, and he's doing good things to raise funds and awareness for two charities very close to his heart. So without any further ado, bring in the one and the only Mr. Dylan Russell. Hello, sir. Welcome.
How are we doing?
Yeah, good, thank you. Good to see you. We've got there in the end. So we find you in the midst, probably feeling like the home straight a little bit of this crazy challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. As of this Wednesday coming, I've marked it on the calendar. I will have 100 days left to go. So yes, the tail end.
The tail end, 100 days, that doesn't sound like the tail end. So let's just set the scene here. This challenge is a 365-day challenge that you started last year on the 1st of June. What on earth are you up to?
So I am running 35 kilometers every week for an entire year. Yes, it was a bit of a mad challenge for sure. But yeah, really just wanted to do something to make a bit of a difference, and obviously something that couldn't be derailed by COVID. So yes, that's where the running side of things came into play.
And have you always been a runner? Because rugby players and running doesn't always match up.
No, absolutely not. Very much a big believer in who does extras outside of Tuesday, Thursday training. So, yes, not built for running. That has changed slightly now. But yeah, I was never huge on running before. I've only ran for sort of other charity events that I've done over the years. But yeah, rugby's always sort of been the main focus.
So tell me, what came first? I'm going to do a ridiculous challenge, or here are charities that I'd like to do something for. What challenge could I come up with?
Um, I'd probably go with the charities. I had quite close links with Hearts and Balls through the sevens team, HBMB sevens that I run. So yeah, quite closely linked with them. We've done um, challenges in the past for them as well, and then support and offload kind of came onto the scene just through good friend Tom Wilson. Big believer in kind of what it stood for and what it was about. So yeah, was trying to find a way that I could earn a decent amount of money, fundraising awareness for both causes.
So talk me through. Hearts and Balls is probably the most well-known of the two, especially in the rugby community. What do Hearts and Balls do with their pennies?
So Hearts and Balls obviously look to support ex-players that have had sort of life-changing injuries. So that could be through a vast majority of different ways, depending on, I suppose, where they are and what they want to do going forward. So it could be from a wheelchair to a home conversion to putting them back into study, and again just offering them a bit of a support network as well.
And support and offload? It's
So
definitely the smaller of the charities, and obviously started by guys that you know very well.
yeah, so support and offloads are they're sort of tackling the mental well-being of sport, especially team sport as well. So they're looking to get professionals into schools, into local clubs as well, just to really chat about, encourage people to kind of talk up as well. Something that's been massive throughout, or it's been massive always, but I suppose it's been highlighted through the troubles probably a lot of people have went through over the last 2 years with lockdowns and COVID. So um, obviously the mental well-being side of things is something that at a professional level they'll have people in the clubs doing so, but at age grade and your your primary schools, your high schools, and stuff as well. I think they're looking to really start these conversations early, and obviously promote the benefits of just being active and being in sort of team sports and what that does for your mental well-being.
I've got personal experience with Hearts and Balls because they helped a great mate of mine who actually got injured in America, and Hearts and Balls put funds together for him to be relocated from where his injury happened back home. So that was an amazing thing. And the guys from the club in Albany and the Knickerbockers, they did a fundraiser and they actually paid the money back to Hearts and Balls to say thank you for their support. So it is an amazing thing. And obviously, as soon as we get talking about mental health, there are always good causes, and getting support into young people is fantastic. What's the support been like? You mentioned your Invitational Sevens team. You've also got your club team. What's the support been like from your rugby family?
So really, really good, to be honest. I think the guys and girls in the sevens team are sick of me going on about it. But yeah, equally, I'd like to believe that they're quite in awe of doing it, and quite a lot of them have chipped in, came out for sort of 5Ks, 10Ks, to kind of join and support, especially over the sort of the New Year's Day stint that I did for the halfway mark of the challenge. So the support's been unreal, and we're over £2,500 worth of donations already. And obviously, it only takes one missed week for me not to have done what I've set out to do. So there's still a very long way to go. So yeah, the belief and support has been amazing so far.
Do you do the same run all the time, or do you mix it up a bit?
No, I mix it up. I was going a bit crazy. I think, obviously based out in East Lothian, I think I could tell you every route and probably the distance between lampposts in the surrounding area. So no, I've ran all over. I've travelled a bit with work, so I've done runs down in London and Manchester and Newcastle, Bournemouth when we were down for the sevens, Dubai when we were over for the sevens. So yeah, quite a mix of scenery, and still quite a bit planned as well. So a few holidays before the challenge will be over.
Costa del, East Lothian to London to Bournemouth to Dubai. The man's an international running superstar. I love it. So you've got some big plans though. You're not just going to keep this going. You've decided to just make it even more ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely. So I suppose that the big marker was I got to the halfway and was like, right, what am I going to do for this? Let's celebrate with style, if you will. And wasn't really much of a celebration. 4 miles every 4 hours for 40 hours, starting at 4 a.m. on New Year's Day was the toughest thing I've done. So I was in like, right, how do I go bigger for the end of it? So for the final 2 weeks of the challenge, I will be doing 14 back-to-back half marathons in all 14 Scottish health boards in 2 weeks. So starting in Highland, Orkney, Shetland, Aberdeen, all the way down to Dumfries borders, finishing off in Edinburgh on the 1st of June. So it's not been done before. And well, I've announced it now, so it's locked and loaded. That old naive enough to start, stubborn enough to finish. So here's hoping. But yeah, that is the finale plan.
Right, hold the bus. Let me just get this 100% right. So for the last 14 days of a challenge where you've been doing 35 kilometers a week, you're going to do a half marathon every day for 14 days with travel from the top of Scotland to the south of Scotland.
That's spot on, Bruce. You've I nailed it first time there.
So you've taken 2 weeks holiday to run a half marathon a day for 14 days. Are you sensing the absolute shock and horror in my voice here?
Yeah, and equally when I raised this to my fiance, she was like, "Have you not done enough?" And I was like, "No, I don't think I have." So yeah, it's I'm not sure I've really thought right through it all, but the logistics I've worked through, the travel plans are in. It's happening.
That's a lot of Haribo.
Yeah, yes, aye, absolutely. That's really why I'm doing it. That's rugby lads. It's more the extras are for the extra foods. That's what it is.
You're going to fade away, man. You're going to disappear. Like there'll be nothing left of you for the last couple of days.
Aye, I know. It's I can't even put into words how tough it's going to be. Like I've done a few training runs over the last kind of month of right long distance one day, long distance the next day, and that's only 2 days. So adding another 12 onto that's going to be it's nothing short of horrific, to be honest.
I think you're absolutely off your chump. I did the Great North Run 5 years ago, and I'm still sore. I've still got blisters. You're
It's
off your heat, man. Off your heat. So at the moment, your fundraising is at how much?
So 2,500 is what I'm at the moment. Obviously, I've got quite a lot of commitments from companies, players to donate sort of as we come to the final leg of it. And I'm also very hopeful that this ridiculous task will boost it a bit more for the final 2 weeks as well.
Absolutely. Well, we'll be making sure we share all your links and where people can donate, because I'm sure when they hear what you're doing and who you're doing it for, they'll be very generous. So, is there any way that people can get involved with you on these half marathons, or are you a lone gunman?
No, no, like the support will be more than welcome. I've already touched base with quite a lot of the rugby clubs in the areas that I'm going to be doing them. So the likes of I'll be running in Orkney, I'll be running in Shetland, Stornoway as well. So I've reached out to these rugby clubs. Be great to have whether it's players from the club or even just local people that want to come in and join. Doesn't have to be a full half by any means. You can run the glory leg of the final 5K. You can cycle along and show support, anything at all. I'm going to be posting up a list of dates where I'll be and when. But yeah, it'll be the very first one will be up in the Highlands before I go across to Orkney and Shetland, and then it'll be Aberdeen, Perth, downwards. So yeah, I've got it all planned date wise. So runners are welcome, non-runners are welcome, anyone is welcome. I just don't want to be on my own.
Nice. I've got previous to just showing up for the photographs at the finish line, so I might see you in Edinburgh on the 1st of June. I'm pretty sure Orkney will rally the cause, and then they'll set the bar very high. I'm going to get in touch with my buddy Glenn McLennan up in Orkney. He'll rally the troops and get them around you in Orkney. He's some man. Dylan, you've done a phenomenal thing so far, and you've still got a bit to go, but I'm pretty convinced with the determination you've got and the causes behind you, you're going to do well. Just as almost a final reminder as we wrap up, just tell us how much these charities mean to you, to the people that are involved with them, and maybe just a little bit about what you hope for the future for these charities.
So I suppose hearts and balls, like I say, we'll go there first. I've had the longest ties with them, and having played rugby for since I was 15, so we're talking 13, 14 years now. It's I've experienced a lot of injuries myself throughout that period. I've always been lucky enough to bounce back and to be back in the clubhouse, back out on the pitch with your brothers and sisters sort of out there. So it's hearts and balls, I suppose, is that highlights the fact that obviously there's people that aren't lucky enough to bounce back, and sometimes these injuries are absolutely life changing as well. So the support network from them for the rugby community that helping rugby help its own is absolutely massive. And then support and offload, it's I think just promoting that well-being of sport as well. Like I say, the support network I have at the moment, I wouldn't have if I wasn't into the rugby clubs that I'm in, and met the guys and the coaches and the people that I've met over the years. So, and being a mental health first aider myself, in work, I know the benefits of just having somebody to speak to as well. And I know the mass benefit that I've felt over this last sort of year of just being able to go out and run when work's been hard, when things have been tough, like that release and that just clarity that you get. And so yeah, they're both massive. Hearts and Balls, I would like to see continue to go on to become a well known, fully recognised charity, right across the board. It's obviously massive in Scotland as well. So if we can continue to grow that both internationally and right across the UK as well, will be great. And to see Support and Offload even just sort of rise in the awareness and get themselves into those clubs, those schools, and have the great conversations that I know they're absolutely striving to have. That's kind of the end goal.
So are you going to be at the Hearts and Balls dinner in May?
Yes, so that is the plan. We will also be sending a sevens team up to Mull to retain the title. Unfortunate date clash there, but yes, the dinner in May will be great. I know the guys on the committee have been noising this one up for a while. COVID got its teeth into it, but we're bouncing back and we're looking strong. So yeah, May date will be cracking. It'll be a good one.
It should be good, and I'm hoping I'm going to be there. So I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be beating the drum. I'm going to tell people that they need to be donating to your ridiculous charity, and I would love to see some of these old boys from the Grand Slam team in 1990 join you at the finish line. Have you noised any of them up yet?
So I've been noising the charity up for what they'll say probably feels like about 10 years. But they're definitely keen. They're involved. They know they've got a summer full of sevens as well as that big date on the 1st of June to make themselves available for. So yeah, there's a lot of big names in the charity and that the charity's helped. So don't doubt for a second that we'll see some pretty class involvement.
Brilliant. I'm delighted, and I'm desperately trying to find my pictures of Jonesy with the Hearts and Balls, but I can't find them. But I'm going to share it when we share this, because he's some man. Jonesy was really kind to me in America, and Hearts and Balls helped him out. So it's something close to my heart, and possibly even close to my balls, Dylan. I'm not sure, but I'm really looking forward to catching up with you in person and giving you as much support as possible. So, Dylan, I can only wish you all the best, and I think you're absolutely off your head. It's an amazing thing that you're doing, and you've already raised a stack of money that I'm sure is going to go a long way. Just as a parting shot, give me that rallying call to get people to come and join you.
Yeah, so 19th of May to the 1st of June, I'm going to be running all over Scotland. So regardless of where you are, you've got one day in that location to make yourself free. And yeah, two great charities. We've said it enough. There's what more reasons you need to get involved. Don't need to run, cycle alongside. All support is welcome.
Brilliant. Dylan, thank you very much. All the best for the rest of the charity event, the fundraising, noising people up. The stuff you're doing on social media is absolutely superb. It's been brilliant to see. And as I said on your intro, it's an absolute inspiration to everybody around. And I'm sure the rugby family will rally around you. All the best, my friend. And I'll see you very, very soon.
No worries. Cheers, Bruce.
Absolutely off his head. You heard it here first. 2 weeks of half marathons to wrap up what has already been a grueling challenge. He's raising money for two amazing charities, Hearts and Balls and Support and Offload. Things that, if you're listening to this, you're probably already into rugby, and hopefully that's going to just spark a little bit of interest in you to join in, to donate, and to support Dylan. Follow him on social media. He's all over Instagram and Twitter. It is amazing to see. Yeah, maybe I should join him. Maybe I should run a little bit more. I hope you've enjoyed listening. There's a huge back catalogue of pods to catch up with as well. You can get us on Acast, on Apple, and on Spotify. You can watch on Facebook and YouTube. Please subscribe. Please tell your friends. Leave us a nice review, and hopefully we can build this amazing family that we've got. This group of people who are trying to make the world a better place. And let's take inspiration from Dylan Russell and this bonkers 365-day challenge that he's up to. I look forward to seeing and talking to you all very, very soon. But for the meantime, stay safe. My name is Bruce Aitchison, and my happiness is egg-shaped.